Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian report for the 1st of October. So it's been a bit tricky, this count here, but I think that based on this low here, we can count 5 waves up to this point here. So we can look at this now as an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2. So we can look to move on higher through here. So as always, the market's actually vibrating at 6,700. That's the closest, largest number. So for the market to leave this, it either needs to find support on 6,730, a nice tested support. It couldn't find support on at any of these stages here. But I think based on this particular pattern here, we could see the market start to find support on that 30 there and move up from that point. So that would be the safe trade. But if you wanted to move in earlier, then this level here would be okay. To buy new highs here would be fine at this stage. This is also the box here is the 61.8% retracement level from that high down to this low here. So the 67.20 will also be a catalyst as well. So getting support on that as well. If you wanted to split the bet, then halve it here and then the other half sitting on here as a tested support here. We should see the market move up today, or the banks at least, being the S&P being up 0.5% or thereabouts. Just on the tick chart for this, it does appear that we've got like a little impulse wave here to start with, so it's looking quite good at this particular stage. But like I said, we need to get the next step is to get support on the 67.20 and then $67.30, and that will take us high from that point. So they're the two levels to look for there. I'm going to move over to Hong Kong and India now. So Hong Kong first, because we can see that just on the 4-hour chart here, we're looking down for wave 1, ABC for wave 2 here, down for wave 1 here, and looking for a move back up into the 26,500 area here, where the 50-60% retracement level is at this point. So we can look to move in on a long trade here. So far, the little move up here from the low here as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here. So going long here will take us up to wave 5 here, but then we'll see an ABC coming back to test these little areas here as well. So you would be able to find the high and the low of these ones as well, wherever that may be, and move through that area there to move up. So taking some of the money off the table at 26,500, if not all of it at that point. The Indian market as well, we just better have a quick look at this too, because of the price action that it's unfolding. So just on the hourly chart here, as you know, if you've been watching, we've been counting 5 waves up here as wave 1 and looking back for wave 2 here, the 50-60% retracement level. I was always a little bit reluctant for the market to move back into this particular space here. Where we talked about the overshoot pattern here before, where the overshoot pattern, because it didn't react here, I mean it did in a very small way, but in the bigger picture it hasn't, it's just moved straight through. So normally the distance above that it goes above the level will be the distance it goes below the level, just as a rule of thumb. I know it's come a little bit lower, but it just gives us a bit of a guide stick, and then I always move over to the closest largest number here. So this move here, wave A here, had always given me a problem, because normally from wave 1 to 2 we'd look at a zigzag move, which would be 5 waves here, 3 waves here, and 5 waves here. And in this case here, we've only got an A and a B, and we've only got 3 waves here in this case, unless this is a wave 4 and we're coming down for wave 5 here, but that looked out of proportion. So there was a slight problem on this one here, and that's why we could also still look at this move here as a B wave here, as an A wave here, and then a B wave and a C wave up, but we can get to that a little bit later. What I wanted to mention today though is that, as always, if the 11,500 becomes the support, we need to be on the long side of the market at that point. So on the tick chart here, because counting down from wave B to C here, we're looking for 5 waves, and I don't have those 5 waves yet. So we'll just go back over those 5 waves here just for a moment. So from here, we've got the A wave here, a nice A, B and C here for that, and then I'll have to look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2. That might be my problem here. That may be the B wave up there, but if I use this as the A, the B and the C here for the B wave here, then I have to look at this as 1 here and 2 here, and then when I count this down here, I can count 1 and 2 and 3 here, and even wave 4 overlaps wave 1, but then we need to find our 5 waves in here for this one. I mean, it could be a series of 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here. That's possible as well, but then we'll be looking for quite a big picture to the downside. So it's a better fit if this is wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. So wave 1 is its length, wave 3 is a bit longer, and wave 5 here is longer still. So this is telling me that the market's expanding to the downside. Wave 3 here, we look at wave 4 coming back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So that's kind of in place here. But if we get another move higher here, because at the moment this is looking like an ABC pattern here, so then that would give us, if we make a new high here, that would give us wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 here and 4 here, and then we'll be looking up for wave 5 here. So if we get 5 waves up here, then the market can change, kind of change direction to that point. So what will probably happen here is that I can't draw on this side of the price, I have to draw over here. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 up here, then we'll have 5 waves coming up to the 11,500. Then we'll likely have a retracement back, so we could look for, let's just say that I've got this wrong and we do get 5 waves up here, then the market can pull back to the 50-60% retracement level here. And what we've noticed with this is it's not pulling back to its retracement levels here. So then what we need to do is we need to look at where the support is in real terms, and that's obviously in this space here. So that's where it could come back to. So moving up here and then coming back, testing across this trend line here and all those sort of things. So if you see a new high being made here, that's telling you got 5 waves there. Then there's going to be an ABC pattern, and then whoopsie-daisy, then further upside at that point there. So yeah, normally the way that the market attracts works with trend lines as well. The market would come up to it, the same as a normal level, come back and sit on it like that. Sometimes you get a second retest on these things, so watch out for your stops. But normally it's quite sort of clean, but just be mindful where you put your stop at that point. But 5 waves up here would create an ABC correction back again from that point. So if that high stays in place, then our move to the downside needs to unfold here. So wave 5 of 3 needs to come in, then wave 4, and then wave 5 here to make up wave C of 2 here, and this is our little area here. So it would still need to play out with this here. So really, realistic, the safe trade here, as always mentioned, is sitting support on top of this level here, and also to the level here needs to be well, if I can just draw in here again as well. So you would have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then an ABC pattern. So you need those tops here, right, to go long on. So just look for those over here. It'll be a while, because even if that comes up here and then drops back here as an A and a B and a C wave here, then it needs another wave structure to come up here again and give you this signal here. So there'll be a little bit involved in it, so it's a while, but buying back in this area here would be the go. A small position, and then we can look to add through the safe trade area. Alrighty, cheers.
unless it's done.
Really?
Just holding up some plates.